Holla ballers and a brofist to you all! Friday lands on us once again, and what a week it has been! Jesus H. Christ! We had a wonderful interview with Ian Hazakostas, which resulted in so much conversation, discussion, back and forth, opinions flying left and right, which is exactly what we hope to achieve with having such conversations. A big thank you to Ian for giving us his time, which is very valuable in order to get those things out. Not all the answers we wanted, that is for damn sure, but answers nonetheless, so we can all make our informed decision. That is what it is all about. I have a few things that I need to bring up because I haven't been, because I'm slack. Slack and stuff. Remember, I was saying in the chat earlier on, if you do ever have a drama story, you have to remember, you knew it was something to do with X. It had this guy in it, and he was doing something weird with spiders, or there was a house breaking in. Remember, our website, breachgaming.com, does have all the drama stories individually tailored to you with search categories, keywords, the whole thing, so you can find them whenever the hell you want. And I also have to point out, even though I'm not wearing it because I'm an absolute moron, that our RPG shirt, which has sold the gangbusters, is going off sale soon. And the reason for that is Horror May is starting. Horror May is starting on Monday, an entire month of those wonderful horror games we've been putting to the side for nearly a year, actually, since we've been investing in horror. That begins on Monday. And that is going to have... We're going to be kicking off with Returnal. Resident Evil Village is going to be in there. Visage is going to be in there. Little Nightmares 2 is going to be in there. All those wonderful things that we've had such joy with over the years. We just finished Resident Evil 6. We totally get why people hated it. But what a fun experience, nonetheless, to share with everybody. Which is good. Yes, I am the DK Pruner. The DK Pruner, large and in charge in front of your screens. That's all I can say. But, you know, it wouldn't be an interview with a dev if something like that didn't come out of it. Every single interview I've done with Blizzard has some sort of memery that follows alongside it. But that is, I guess that will be the tradition. If we ever get any more. But that will be the tradition, as apparently it must be. But that's not why you're here today, is it? You're here because people are completely insane, batshit crazy in the online world, aren't they? They're utterly, utterly insane. And we can experience that joy as not only an educational experience, but also for entertainment on a Friday when we finished our week of doing whatever it's going to be with the world reopening up and people returning to work. We can kick back, relax, take our shoes off. I'm going to do it right now. Get out of here. I'm going to wear one shoe for the remainder of drama. That'll teach you. Let's get started. So, I had some warnings that came with our drama stories this week. A couple of warnings that came from our wonderful, wonderful light helper, Miss Bex. Mike, I have some updates for you. You really need to read them. You really need to read them. Do you remember last week? Some of you were here, right? This wonderful bunch over here, and those of you on YouTube who saw last week's episode of Drama Time. It was labelled, in fact, and it caused me to rage. It did. It did. We had a poor tale of a lady who was being catfished. And her poor partner, who was on the receiving end of it, although not entirely innocent himself. She has responded to my rage. She has responded. A message here from Bex. This is a response to my legendary affair story last week, where a girl pretended to work longer to hide her WoW playing from her boyfriend. You and chat wanted to know if she was okay, and she replied. I also really want her to send in something she mentions as a drama story. Okay, the legendary affair. The legendary affair. Let's stick a title in here so I know where I'm up to. Of course you did. Of course. Legendary. I assume it is now. A legendary affair. Many more people know about it now than did before. Let's put it that way. Hi, Preacher. Hi, chat. And your guilty verdicts. Raise your gavels, my friends. Raise your gavels. I am the girl from the story My Legendary Affair, and I wanted to thank you so much for reading my story. I was laughing and cringing right along with the chat. You seemed sort of concerned about where my life went from that moment. We did. We were very concerned. And if I was okay now, for sure. So I just wanted to write in to assuage your worries and let you know that I am no longer a young, dumb 18-year-old that is clueless in life and relationships. Life experience came in clutch, friends. Life experience did come in clutch. I just realized I haven't changed this over, which is really fucking stupid of me. because I should do, because I'm a professional strummer and I know how to do these things. There we go. Across the next several years, after that story I did do a lot of other really dumb things. Like end up moving across the country to be in a relationship with a girl I met on WoW, who I then discovered was also dating one of our male officers, who was married with children and 20 years her senior. Did she send you pictures of her from the 70s in a swimming pool? Is that what it was? Was it the same thing again? Was she also a magician? A dinosaur magician? I think it was dinosaur magician Marine. What was her story? I would really like to know. Then I moved 2 other times to be with guys I met on WoW that didn't work out for different reasons. You just traveling the country, living at people's houses? Interesting. Finally, at 28 years old, I have a good, stable job, and I'm in a relationship with an amazing guy who lets me play WoW who lets me play WoW. That's progress, and who I feel very comfortable with being completely open and honest with. Round of applause. Good stuff. Through these experiences, I think I've ultimately grown to be a much better person. Now I can just look back and laugh at my younger self. Excellent. Excellent. I hope this helped you feel better about where I ended up. I do. If you're happy, I'm good. Thank you and have a good weekend. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Also, oh, okay, we got another message here from Bex. Mike, this is also another response from the author of The Case of the Sexy Tank, where you very nearly had an aneurysm over a swimming pool building, helicopter piloting Oh, I'm confusing the stories. Yeah, I'm confusing the stories. I'm reading it now. Where you very nearly had an aneurysm over a swimming pool building, helicopter piloting, mathematical, paleontological magician. Okay, this is the one with the magic dinosaur man. Okay. Okay. All right. Which one was the affair one? I remember, like, worrying about you. But I can't remember the details. That's my fault. I very rarely remember. Don't take it personally, ideally. That's my fault for reading so many drama stories. We need to do 3 or 4. Okay. Was this... the other one was where you were hiding... Yeah, the one where we were worried about you. You were, like, hiding in a cafe playing WoW. I remember that one. Yeah. Well, you're... Yeah, I totally remember. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, this is the dinosaur magician. Okay. Justice preaching the cruel chat. My husband, aka Couch Mafia, has been strutting and crowing since drama time. As he should. As he should. This is Gianluca, isn't it? This is Gianluca. Yes, as he should. Watching you tell me off on the live stream gave him a 40-yard aura of smug that nothing could dispel. He has probably now shown that video to literally everybody he knows. I think you made his year. Oh God, are you angry at me? Because you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. He never knew that Gianluca had a special name for me. Now everyone in our family is calling me Ploppy. Yes! Yes! That's the dream. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this is just so good. Oh, I'm so happy. I am Ploppy. Including our daughter. Oh, that's Couch Mafia. Mummy's Ploppy. My husband even called my work, and the name is spreading there too. What a dick. Yeah. HR offered to update my ID tags. When I wrote out my story, I honestly thought everyone would be on my side. Are you for fucking real? Really? No way. Did you really? Huh. Okay. Now I can see that you're probably right, and Gianluca exaggerated a few things. Yeah. Chat pointed out that the poem was a rip-off of Kipling, so I did a little research, and yes, they're right. Well played, chat. Well played. I still think it's an incredible poem that all tanks should learn, but it's not as original as I thought. I suppose my last thread of hope for my long-lost Gianluca, you still crave this fantasy person, right? You're like my mother craving David Bowie's bulge in Labyrinth. Not real. Right? Right? You're still thinking about him, aren't you? Even today, you're still thinking about Gianluca. Still to this day. You mentioned you would like to see Gianluca's photo that he gave me. It is attached. Is this really the face of a liar? Hubby swears it's an old movie star, but he doesn't know the name. I don't either, and I do know my old movie stars. I don't know who that is. It is definitely not Tom Selleck, though. No, it's not. I'm going to show it to the chat in a minute, and they may recognize it. Things you should notice is Jean-Luc's photos has a pool phone, which I still to this day think is the ultimate luxury. I also have a phone by the pool. Right? Is this the ultimate luxury? I also have a pool phone. I've got my own. But then again, I am a streamer, so of course I have all the mod cons. What I wouldn't give to call that phone right now and have Gianluca pick it up and growl, "Hello, Ploppy," and tell me he's going in the Marines. OMG! Exclamation mark. You're still there, aren't you? Mentally, you're still in Gianluca's pants. You live there. You live there. Anyways, thank you for your verdict. And hubby says hi, smiley face. P.S. A habadoo is a little house behind a big house. All right, guys. If you were okay, girls and guys, if you received this pic, you know, on the forums, right? I'm just gonna give it context. On the forums, you know that RL pic thread that exists on your forums, yeah? And someone posts this image, okay? I mean, I'll let you guys be the judge. Honestly. I'll let you guys be the judge. This is the pic he sent. This is your main tank. Magician. That's the pool he built, by the way. This, by the way, is the pool phone. Do you see the pool phone? Consider I'm sold. Oh my god. Oh, there are some I mean, I don't even have words. I don't have words. I have nothing to say. Does anybody does anybody recognize the person though? I would love to know. And I'm pointing this out to YouTube as well, our wonderful YouTube watchers. Does anybody recognize who that is? Because that I would love to be able to completely not your dad. It's it's not your dad. Oh my god! Never mind! Our own PG research team, aka Methuselah, has figured it out. Has figured it out. We do not need you, YouTube. We do not need you, live audience. Bex has worked it out. Mike, with the power of science and reverse photo search, I have found the real identity of Gianluca. Author, are you ready to have your dreams dashed? The photo is that of American actor Gregory Harrison, who was in something called Trapper John MD. Okay. Trapper John MD. To the Google. Oh my god. You are shit out of luck. You are shit out of luck, Arthur. The dream comes crashing down, catfished to death. There he is. And he's, you know what's even worse, Arthur? He's not even the fucking star. You know who the star is? This guy. This guy. You are sidekick material, Arthur. Sidekick material. Not even the star. Background candy. That's what he is. This is the real hero. Trapper John himself. MD. Medical doctor. Nothing but crappy eye candy. Sad. Sad. You basically fell in love with an extra from Ironsides. And I know that's boomer AF, but it makes sense in context. Alright? Well done, Bex. Round of applause for Bex. Round of applause for Bex for working out the identity. The code has been cracked. We are indeed Team PG at work. Well done, Bex. Gold stars all round. If it makes the author... Oh, another message from Bex. If it makes the author feel any better, I also did find a photo of Gregory Harrison that might make her legs shake again. Arthur, we've been very cruel to you, haven't we? We've been very cruel. You got catfished in the most lame way, but you fell for it. You splooshed. And this is for you, okay? Arthur, I present to you your WoW-playing dinosaur magician, paleontologist, pool builder. Sploosh. Yeah? Sploosh. That's for you. Yeah? You put that, and if you want, look, this is a message from me to you. We've had great fun with your story. We thank you for sending it. If you would like, I will have our graphics team add a pool phone to this picture for you for the ultimate splooshage. Yeah? You rub one out for us. All right? That's a message from me to you. We'll add that in. Okay? We'll add that in for you. Yeah? We'll make dreams come true. That's what we're all about. We're a dream factory. Okay? That's Gianluca. That's not the dude MD. That's Gianluca, the WoW player. Make her a body pillow. I don't think Couch Mafia would appreciate you. All right. Oh my god. Still thinking about him. There you go. That bean getting destroyed tonight. Gianluca, you need to get yourself Couch Mafia actually. You need to get yourself one of them pouches, them posing pouches with a little tuxedo on it. The Reaper Man cometh. This sounds very ominous. It sounds very ominous, but I have been told this is a must-read for today's show. So, here we are. No names. Okay, let's leave that blank then. It's a short story. Fair enough, fair enough. Pool phone where, though? Oh, wherever you want it. Wherever you want the pool phone, we'll put it in. Okay. Dear chat, I come to you today, knowing that there is no absolution for me. My sins are many, and they are great. I stand before you a broken man asking for forgiveness for what I have done. Oh, wrong place. You come to the wrong fucking place. The travesties I have committed, all in the name of elitism. Oh god, can we get a wall of elitists? Can we get the wall of elitists? I have played World of Warcraft since it first opened its weary eyes as a new baby MMO. And from the beginning, I knew I was meant for greatness. I could feel it in every fiber of my being as I slayed pitiful enemies. I was a cut above the rest. Even my key bindings, which made my brother feel sick to his stomach, were a work of wonder. My abnormally large hands of justice were so large they could completely cover my keyboard, and thus I was not bound by the physical key binding limitations of mere mortals. Is this about me? Is this a setup? If this is a setup about anti-magic zone or some bullshit, I'm not going to be happy. Right? I'm just fucking pre-warning you. If this is some sort of setup, I'm already onto you, right? I'm sniffing it. I'm sniffing it. Others might have called me a noob, but I knew I was destined for something great. I was, chat. But it was great only in its atrocity. I needed a name to go by in this World of Warcraft, and a thought touched me. I would spread my knowledge among the masses. Like a vicar addressing his congregation. Like a preacher. Better not be about me. And so I would become known as the vicar. Going so far as asking my real-life friends and family to address me as such. Okay, it's not about me. I spread my greatness through videos. And may I say so myself, I got a following. A community. Friends. Word of my greatness would keep growing. But as it did, so did something dark and twisted grow within me. A desire, chat. To see everything around me die in World of Warcraft. I wanted to be the plague upon Stratholme. I wanted to be the vile, twisting voice of the old gods as they watched Azeroth brought to its knees. I wanted to become the Reaper. My first attack was not focused on one particular area. It was a broad stroke of my scythe when I saw the results, and I grinned. The community was in disarray and despair as they gazed upon my work, and I was not done. Despite this glaringly obvious attack, my community stood by me. I had them believe it was unintentional. It was not in my capabilities to be so cruel and callous. And lo, they believed me. My next attack was more... So we don't know the details of this attack, do we? Just that you did something horrible? Okay. My next attack was more that of a dreadlord. Bitter and twisted words veiled in a way that made them seem like I was caring only for the good of Azeroth and its citizens. I encouraged and guided the downfall of a Moor, and a particular catchphrase would become known throughout the land. I had made a name for myself as both the Vicar and the Reaper, and it was time for one more swing of my scythe. This attack was guided and strong. It was utterly shameless in its intent and its atrocity. I knew of degenerates on my own world of Azeroth, a particular group, and when I saw them, I hated them. I hated their perceived power and edge, and I will not have my throne cast into doubt. I waited and stewed in my anger, not thinking of the actions of my consequences. When I got an opportunity, I swung my scythe at these reprobates in a brilliant smooth arc, and I saw them crumble. I saw them desiccated. I had ascended into something more. I even had a picture taken of me and my latest victim. You son of a fucking bitch, man. I saw it coming a fucking mile away. Shut up! Right? Like, shut the fuck up. You, dude. Ah! It's fucking mile. You even planned it out, Beck, so I had to scroll the page down to get to the fucking picture. The Vicar? Really? I'm not outplayed. I saw it coming a mile away. A mile away. It was so goddamn obvious. It was unreal. I realized then, chat, after the euphoria had died down, I gazed at the evil I had done. It was like the helm of domination had been placed upon my head and taken over. Only in this case, it was the helm of elitism. I knew I could no longer control my actions. And so you find me, chat, a broken man. I am he, the one they speak of in the scrolls, the one described in the pits of the belly of the beast. I am the pruner, the puller of ripcords, and the ringing death toll of death knights. When I spoke with Ian, the helm of elitism had taken control of me, and as I swung my bloodied scythe, I saw all death knights fall before me. I cannot control myself, chat. I am become death, destroyer of games. I am the Reaper Man. The Reaper Man cometh for your class. There you go. Understandable, right? What a terrible story. What a fucking garbage story. I can't believe that ever made it through the vetting process. Absolute dog shit trash. Literally read like a Twilight story. Makes me sick. Hate it. Hate it. Absolute garbage. Yeah, I mean, I would rather read 50 Shades of Grey than anything written by that author again. Absolute, yeah, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Rank 1. I'm actually amazed that is the first time anybody has tried to stick that in. I am surprised. But I saw it coming. You can't catch me. I am 100% accuracy rating in all things. I cannot be outplayed in such a manner. Really, the Preacher, the Reaper. Okay. Moving on from trying to disgrace me. The Teen Doctor. Apparently, this is labeled as what the fuck. So I don't know what we're in for, guys. I have no idea. The tag for this is WTF. WTF. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Preacher. It's been a couple of years since I watched you regularly. Oh, moving on then. Okay. Next story. I'll allow it. And I just got back into World of Warcraft for Shadowlands after quitting halfway through Battle for Azeroth. Okay, BFA did it. Alright, that's fine. But I've always been a fan of your drama times, and even years ago, I had a story of my early WoW experience I wanted to submit. It was absurd, and I still feel guilty, even though I was a dumb young kid back then. This is a quicker one, but it's got 2 phases, and it's filled with the stupidest cringe I'm hoping the chat will enjoy. Oh god, we're going into cringe territory. Brace yourselves. First of all, I am now 23 years of age. I started playing World of Warcraft in Wrath of the Lich King when I was but 12. My parents were always good to me and bought me games, but they were paranoid about World of Warcraft in particular and how addictive it could be, as well as, of course, pedophiles. I had friends in school that played World of Warcraft in the Burning Crusade, and I was always jealous of them and their ability to play. I loved Lord of the Rings as a kid, and as much of a meme as it is, I saw a Night Elf Hunter and I wanted to be Legolas. I asked my parents, please, can I have World of Warcraft before Wrath of the Lich King? But they said no. About a year after I last asked them, my dad and I started getting into Dungeons & Dragons. He played it in college and always said he missed it, so he got me to play with him. I made a character. I fell in love. And always asked my dad to play. He went along with it for a couple of months, but eventually he got bored and basically told me, tough shit, I don't want to play Dungeons & Dragons with you anymore. And you're a kid, so you're pretty shit at it. I am with your dad. Sometimes you just got to get real for a minute. Yeah? You got to get real with it. I was sad. I would ask him, but he was really over it. So when I saw Dungeons & Dragons online, I asked him if I could have the game, and he said, sure, just stop asking me to play. It was my first MMO. I was terrible and can't remember much of what I even did, honestly. But at some point, I rage quit and decided that game was trash. Now months pass, tumbleweeds roll along, and we move states from the powerful and majestic Illinois to the golden lands of Texas. I lost all my friends in school and became sad. I've always been a more anxious person, so I didn't make friends easily. My parents noticed this. I remember, of course, World of Warcraft. And I know I had my opportunity. I asked both my parents if I could finally have that game since I was 12 and no longer stupid, a grown-up. They were reluctant, but they caved, and World of Warcraft was to be mine. And I loved it. It was everything I had dreamed of in a video game. My nerdy preteen self was ecstatic, and I threw myself head first into it. I made my first character, unsurprisingly, a Night Elf Hunter, and set out on my adventure. I did every quest in Teldrassil, and I was the happiest I'd ever been in my short life up until that point. I named my first pet after my beloved childhood cat Macy I had lost for most of my life. Aww. She looked just like my pet, and I loved that. She and I finished Teldrassil with lots of effort, but still we got there. I was constantly dying throughout the whole zone because of how bad I was, but I was also proud to be making progress. I got to Darkshore finally, but soon after had to start school again. This had been over my Christmas break after moving states. I arrived at school and tried to make friends, but was awkward, so mostly kept to myself until a few days later. What do I hear across the room? Somebody speaking of World of Warcraft. I play World of... I told them I play a Night Elf Hunter with a cat. And they promptly said that I was gay because of the Alliance, only for gay players. Horde was for hairy-chested men. I was taken aback. How could this be? Am I gay? I liked girls, but I did play Alliance. It was stupid, but I really let it get to me over the course of the day, and it made me question so many things. I went home, got on World of Warcraft, and instantly deleted my Night Elf Hunter in case anybody thought I might actually be gay. Although I will tell you now, I gave my cat a /hug and a /bye before I deleted the character. Oh, that's so fucking sad, dude. Don't you do that sad frog face. It's not a lie. It's not a lie. It's not a lie. Well, it's written here, man. Rejuvenated. Feeling strengthened. Emboldened. I made myself the manliest class in the game. Okay, what's the most anti... If you're 12 or 11, what's the most anti-gay character in World of Warcraft that you can make? Right? If you're 11 and 12 years old and you're in high school, you've got puberty running through your bones. Orc? You fucking virgins. Orcs? Tauren warrior. Every day. Every day. If you were 11 or 12, there's nothing manlier than a literal bull. Yeah? An actual bull. Tauren warrior. Mulgore was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. He should have stayed Alliance, bro. And I did my quests and felt comfortable in the knowledge that now nobody would think I was gay. That's the test. It's on Grindr. What class would you play in World of Warcraft? That's how they get you. That's how they trick you. And I was now a real man. While doing quests, I was messaged by a female Tauren shaman. I got the whisper, "Sick chest, dude." Even though I was wearing some white or grey crappy gear. Started up talking and found out this Tauren female shaman was in reality a 10-year-old English Portuguese kid named Benny. Benny and I clicked, and we became the bestest of friends. Leveled together for weeks after school. He had just started playing too and was also awful at this game. We kept dying on quests, and out of pure frustration I went to my dad and asked him if I could buy gold online on a shady website to buy gear. For Mulgore? He did it though, to help me out. Oh, what a dad. Chad dad steps up. There you go, son. He probably bought you like 10 gold. The next thing I knew, a naked troll mage came up to me in Thunderbluff and traded me 1,000 gold. Whoa! 1,000 gold and you're still in Mulgore? Player. Because he was my bestest friend, I gave 300 to Benny. Within one day, we had spent all of our gold on auction house level 25 green items. Oh, you fucking kids. It was dumb as hell in retrospect, but it did make it a lot easier to level. Before we knew it, even though it was more like 2 months probably, me and my best friend had made it to Northrend. And finally, were max level. At this point, we knew nothing about raiding beyond it was something that the badasses of the game did. Still is, right? And felt like we had beat the game. We decided to start a replaying guild, since we were now level 80 and therefore masters of the game. We surprisingly had a lot of people join, and we would roleplay often. Oh, a role-playing guild! Oh! Wait, it says replaying here. They mean role-playing. Run by 12-year-olds. Brace yourselves, yeah? This is a time where we need to link arms and form the phalanx. We would roleplay often in Icecrown, pretending to defeat Arthas and his minions. Shortly after a 37-year-old warlock joined, Clog, Benny and I started talking to him often in Ventrilo. And from the first time we talked, he knew we were young. How could he tell? We sounded like little girls. He tried his best to help, and I promoted him immediately to our role-playing officer, so he could organize our guild events. I don't know if this man was doing it out of the kindness of his heart or with ulterior motives. He asked us a lot of strange questions. Like, how tall are we? If we like girls... This made me uncomfortable. I'm safe, aren't I, Bex? I'm safe, yeah? If we like girls or boys. If we had crushes on people. I was naive at this time, and Benny was under his spell as some sort of RP protege. Our Icecrown roleplay went on for a couple of months, until my parents grounded me for my grades slipping into the black. I wasn't allowed to play World of Warcraft for 2 weeks. I was devastated. After my grounding ended, and I logged back in, I came back to a disaster. Benny, the 10-year-old, was a poor leadership replacement. And didn't organize our events as I had. And I came back to find our guild of 150 or so reduced to about 20. I messaged Benny frantically, and apparently from what he told me, after our no RP events for an entire week, our friendly warlock had flipped and outed us to the guild as trash little boys, and all left. His clique left with him to form a better roleplay guild. His bad-mouthing of us... Imagine being 37 and actually bullying 11-year-olds playing World of Warcraft. You fucking loser. Just want to put that out there. You fucking loser. Let's just full stop that. These 11-year-olds are shit at roleplay, mate. Fucking well shit. Well shit. Garbage. We were devoed, but we continued to RP on our own. Fast forward 3 months, and my grades were failing because of World of Warcraft. And my parents were convinced I had become addicted. Looking back, they were probably correct. But they took the only move. I had to go cold turkey. They banned me from World of Warcraft indefinitely. An entire year passes. Things were better school-wise. So my parents said, now I was older, I could play a bit of World of Warcraft again. I messaged Benny and the boy was online. We reconnected and played once again and eventually joined a Cataclysm dungeon group. The group was a guild. Oh, we need a guild name. I didn't see that. Sorry. We need a guild name. What is the guild name? For our teens. Give me a guild name. Because they're boldly going to join. Gianluca's Knickers. I like it. No. Gianluca's Pool Phone. Perfect. And eventually we joined a Cataclysm dungeon group. The group was a guild group from the guild Gianluca's Pool Phone. We started talking to these people and clicked with them, but soon after, Benny was also banned from playing World of Warcraft by his parents. His family was extremely wealthy, and they had sent him to some kind of prep boarding school, from what he told me. My boy Benny logged out one day, and I tell you now, F's in the chat, that was the last day I would ever speak to Benny. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. You know, just one day they just log out and they never come back, guys. It happens. It happens. I continued playing the game and my new friends from the dungeon invited me to their guild. I was incredibly bad still at this point. But they were nice and they still invited me to their groups, including the Cata Raids. They made fun of me often for my edgy name and at one point asked if I was 14. The truth is, no. I was younger than that. I was 13. Quickly brainstorming, I told them I wasn't 14. I was 23, but just new to the game. They thought, oh, okay. And from that point on, I made sure to sound more mature and do things like improve my punctuation in guild chat so they wouldn't doubt it. We continued raiding, and I kept dying to basic mechanics in the Firelands. Big Jeff, the guildmaster, eventually asked me, why are you so bad at World of Warcraft? He said he had no other way to put the question, but he needed to know. I needed an answer. What answer to give, though? I needed to maintain the lie that I was 23. So I told him what I thought made sense. I am really bad at World of Warcraft because I am in medical school and very stressed. He was incredibly understanding. He was incredibly understanding. And his wife, Porridge, took me under her wing, and soon enough I started to learn. It was going well. We progressed. Time, as it does, moves on. And I became a valued member of the guild. I was dumb and immature and aware of that, so I didn't speak often in guild chat. But there was a problem. They really believed I was in medical school. And they started sending me medical questions. Oh, no. They're going to send you their rashes and shit, aren't they? Oh, no. Oh, sweet mother of God. Oh, nightmare. Absolute fucking nightmare. Oh, no. Especially one particular hunter called Redive. She was old. Around her 70s. She played WoW to socialise because a lot of her friends were gone. Oh my god. She would ask me questions about how to quit smoking because of her health issues. I'm not lying when I tell you that once we had a several hour-long whisper session in one night where she told me all about her life, how she loved the guild and viewed most of the people in her guild, including me, as her children. She said she reminded me of her son and wanted to meet me at the next Guild IRL event. I bullshitted that poor old woman for about 6 hours and played it off because, of course, I'd like to meet her too, right? Time passed, and soon she became my best friend in the guild. Redive, Jeff, and Porridge and I would do stuff regularly in-game. Another year had passed, and eventually my voice deepened enough that I could pass as an older person. The four of us would get in voice chat and talk about our lives. We became very close and would play almost nightly. Until a fateful day. Oh my god, where does this go, Bex? What have you set me up for? Redive's health worsened, and she went to the hospital. We got updates from her real son, who played WoW and joined the guild on an alt for Redive because he knew we were close to her. Soon after she died, and it devastated us. We held an in-game funeral for her and the guild continued, but it wasn't the same. People were less social since she served as a guild mother to many of us. F's! F's for Granny! F's for Granny. Just making some friends. Let's get some salutes in the chat for our old lady. Jeff and Porridge continued playing. But eventually my guilt for what I perceived as my failure to Redive became too much. And at the age of 16, I up and just straight G-quit and left the guild. I was very sad about this. I felt like I was partially to blame for her death. Oh no, no you weren't. Even if that wasn't true and I was just doing my best for her. Remember, she probably had the best night of many years. Just sat talking to you for hours, right? Probably. Because of this and also just being a dumb kid and trying to get high a lot, I started messing around and taking drugs and things to help with my anxiety. And I spiraled for a while. Got bad. And I didn't play World of Warcraft for a couple of years. I went to rehab, got my life back on track, and became my happy, normal self once again. Well played, son. Time passed, and I came back to World of Warcraft. Where is it now? Warlords of Draenor. I was now 18, and I missed my old guild friends, so I sent a message to my boy, Jeff. With no way to explain the reason I left in the past, I had no idea what to do when he asked who I was. You seem to have an issue with telling the truth, though. Right? You seem to really have an issue with just telling the truth. And let me tell you, right? Yeah, I'm old as fuck compared to most of you. Just tell the fucking truth. It's so much easier. So much easier. Life is just way easier if you just tell the truth. Like, infinitely. Infinitely easier. So, brilliantly, on the spot, I told him I was my old character's brother. I told Jeff and Porridge my brother was very busy with medical school, as you know, and unable to play World of Warcraft anymore. But he got me into World of Warcraft and told me about this great guild that he used to be in. They invited me on the spot and asked me often about my brother and how he was doing. They accepted my excuse for why he was unable to play and was genuinely happy for him, so I continued with my guild. I happily got in voice chat once again, and since my voice had deepened even more, I just talked to them in Disc, and somehow they never believed I was my past self. The only reference to it one time was, "You sound a lot like your brother," but jokingly. We raided through Warlords of Draenor and cleared Highmall. Things were going well until Jeff's and Porridge's son in his late 20s started playing WoW and joined the guild with his new girlfriend. Things were fine at first. We started Blackrock Foundry and were clearing bosses pretty quickly, but soon enough, it all changed. The son had started to work nights at his job and his girlfriend worked days and was home at night. They lived together and the girlfriend was actually pregnant with their son's kid. She was very flirty with people in the guild, including myself, but we all dismissed it mostly out of friendliness. Things didn't seem sus, but soon enough, Jeff started becoming AFK often. This wasn't typical of him, since he was always very active, but it wasn't a cause of any concern until Porridge, Jeff's wife, started calling him out for being AFK. I wasn't bothered. I didn't care much, since it wasn't really my business. I had no idea how big it would become. This is a fucking roller coaster. We've had death. We've lost our boy. One night, we are progressing Blackrock Foundry. All is going well. But suddenly on our raid break, Porridge says she needs a longer break and asks Jeff to come with her. No worries, we all thought. Just something with one of their younger kids. All good. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We sat there waiting. Our Paladin raid leader decides to stop the raid and wait until next raid rather than have us all sat around. I log in the next day. And wouldn't you know it, Gianluca's pool phone, it's a shit show. A third of the guild is gone. I asked one of my friends, what's going on? And apparently Jeff was sending texts and nudes with his own son's girlfriend. What? Why? Why do people do this? Right? Why? Do people do this just to make content for Reddit? Right? Like, why are you doing that? What are you doing? We were all shocked. We were all shocked. How could this happen? He was a good father. I had known Jeff for years. He was a good man. His son's girlfriend, admittedly, I'll tell you all now, she was thick. And we all saw her pics in the guild Discord. That doesn't... What the fuck does that matter? What the... Go outside. Beautiful women everywhere. It's not rare. Okay? Just go to a shopping centre. For once, just go there and be like, oh my god, it's not that strange. It's really not. It's not like some rare gazelle across the fucking... Oh, I mean... You don't start sending nudes to your daughter, your son's girlfriend, right? The fuck? Oh my god. We had all seen her pics in the guild Discord. She would post them often under the guise of her pregnancy body. No one really paid much attention and supported her, but I guess it got Jeff all riled up. My. That's my son's girlfriend. Yes. Oh, stepdaughter. We were shocked, and I was dumbfounded in all honesty. The aftermath of the drama in the guild was disastrous. Jeff's son was furious, really, and posted his dad and girlfriend's private conversations in the Discord. Oh, don't look at it, man. I kind of have to look, though, but... Oh, Jesus. But let's be honest, we'd still read it, right? But there, you know... After she came clean with him the night after, it was unbelievable. The Discord has been since deleted, but I wish I had taken screenshots. It was hilarious, and considered a lot of the comments were about how juicy she was, and the word supple kept being mentioned in the text. Ladies, is the word supple sexy? You look supple? I don't think I could get away with that with Emma. I don't think so. Wow, you look supple. That's rough, right? Oh, no. Ooh. Many of the more wholesome, family-orientated people in the guild that had been there for years just G-quit on the spot because gross. There was a massive conflict in guild chat, with many names being called and insults thrown, culminating with Jeff's son literally saying his father was dead to him and had ruined his life. I was absolutely shocked by the events, and soon left the guild with one of my closer friends. Wise decision. He and I are still close and are now in a raiding guild progressing on Castle Nathria. I have come clean to him about my past years ago, and he's about my same age, so he didn't give a shit. No, yeah, just tell the truth. No one cares. No one cares. Otherwise, you end up, like, tricking some poor lady into thinking you're some sort of pool-building magician. Right? And that can have long-lasting effects. Here, listen to me. That shit can stick with you for years. Really can. You'd be surprised. He understood why I did what I did. And we are now on the same page fully. He is my best friend, and we've met up IRL several times. In the end, I admit I made mistakes, but the whole experience was up and down and ultimately terrible. Neither of us know exactly what happened with Jeff's family, and at the end of the day, we don't really care now. My friend was in the guild as well at the time of the AMZ's death. You just had to slip it in, didn't you? You just had to slip it in. I hope you enjoyed my little story, and thank you for listening. We did enjoy it. We did. Okay. All right. Bex recommends if we have a time for a short, light-hearted one, we go with, ooh, a piece of candy. Okay, ooh, piece of candy. Let's do that to finish up, because, yeah, looking at the time, it's perfect. My family is due home anytime. Where is it, Bex? Ooh. Okay, ooh, a piece of candy. All right. Oh, God. Creeps me out, man. Reading them stories. Ooh, stepbrother. Ooh. Okay. Mirroring. And Delama. Perfect. Got that wrong. Delama. Yep. Perfect. The AMZ part is fucked up. You bastards. Alright, let's go. Ooh, a piece of candy. This is tagged as light-hearted, but what the fuck? Okay. Preacher of the jury, I present to you a story that does not require your judgment on this day. Rather, a story of one night of entertainment that has persisted as a fond memory for over 10 years and is one of my most cherished World of Warcraft memories. I share it here for no other purpose than to try to convey the childlike joy our raid team experienced one night during Icecrown Citadel progression, in hopes that others will be able to experience a bit of the joy that still lingers from the memories. This is going to be a feel-good story? Excellent, because we just had a whole incestuous thing going on. When Wrath of the Lich King dropped, I was overseas with the military. I had reached max level about halfway through the Burning Crusade, joined a raid team and progressed through Karazhan and SSC before the guild imploded. While we were overseas, we managed to convince a few of our buddies to start playing World of Warcraft, and as a group, we formed a guild. My best friend and roommate was responsible for my now raging World of Warcraft addiction, and myself, the guild leaders. We brought in Mirring, who brought in his dad. Then several of our enlisted friends and a few warrant officers as well. We were an aviation unit. One night during ICC progression, we were working on Velithria Dreamwalker. Although I was tanking at the time, as a healer main, this encounter remains one of my favourites of all time. Fuck off, Kale. Did you just suggest Velithria Dreamwalker is better than Kael'thas Sunstrider in Tempest Keep? Because... wow. That's fucked up. Like, actually fucked up. Wow. Oh, Castle Kale? Okay. Woo! Oh, man. Okay. Alright. That's a weight off the shoulders. We had just wiped and were making our way back for the next pull. While running down the gauntlet hall, I noticed that I was well ahead of the rest of the team. That was nothing out of the normal, as I've always tried to get back and be ready for the next pull as soon as humanly possible. Call it a part of how I was raised, but I don't like the feeling people are waiting for me. Agreed, I am the same way. So I always try to make sure I get back and rebuffed without delay. In those days, before the magic of Discord, we were on, of course, Ventrilo. As I'm rounding into Velithria's room, I hear a phrase I have never heard in this context before. Ooh, piece of candy. I thought to myself, what? Imagine handing a piece of candy to a child and hearing this as their first response. Childlike, joyful, excited. A few seconds later, I hear it again. Ooh, a piece of candy. I realised the voice was that of Mirring. The sound of a grown man exclaiming in childlike joy suddenly make a lot more sense. But the context was lacking. I pulled up the map and saw that half of the raid team was sitting at the portal. Figuring we were going to be a minute or two, I got up and grabbed a drink. I was not prepared for what was going on when I returned. I don't think any of us can guess what's going on here. Ventrilo was slowly devolving. People were laughing and chuckling, and the only phrase that could be consistently made out was, ooh, a piece of candy. Mirring would say, ooh, a piece of candy, and someone would be, what are you saying? Ooh, a piece of candy. How many candies have you got? Ooh, a piece of candy. Oh my fucking god. Ooh, a piece of candy. Why? At this point, between the laughs and questions, another voice started repeating the phrase. The voice was a bit deeper, and the phrase was said as more of a laugh. It was our off-tank Delama. who decided to join in on the fun. Ooh, a piece of candy. Now, both Delama and Miring were saying ooh, a piece of candy backwards and forwards to each other. I attempted to restore order as I waited in Velithria's room. Guys, please, can you... I don't know what you're doing, but can we go? Ooh, a piece of candy. What candy? What are you guys talking about? The only response, of course, being, ooh, a piece of candy. I looked at the map and saw the rest of the raid team were about halfway to the gauntlet hallway and moving very slowly. All the while, ooh, a piece of candy. Back and forth, non-stop. I was getting frustrated. They had now said it probably 70 or 80 times and decided to go and see what the commotion was about. At this point, Venter was lost into such uproarious laughter and phrases of astonishment. I ran back down the gauntlet, turning the corner towards the portal and stopped in my tracks. My eyes bulged and my real-life jaw literally slammed to the floor. I should add at this point that Miring was one of my closest friends while in the military. He had a sense of childlike joy and amazement with the world that you could not expect from a combat veteran with a wife and child. Although Miring and I don't speak much anymore due to life pulling us in separate directions, he genuinely remains one of the funniest and most honest people I've ever met in my life. He's one of those people I could call up after not talking for 10 years and have a conversation as if we've never missed a day. However, once the comedian side of his brain took over, there is rarely anything to bring him back. What I saw when I turned the corner at first struck me as a gigantic waste of money and incredibly confusing. Starting at the portal and running all the way to the point where the raid team was now. Fish feasts. An entire end-to-end line of fish feasts. Perfectly placed. All lined up, one next to each other at the end. Fish feasts everywhere. Every time Miring laid down a fish feast, he would start eating it and say, from Family Guy, oh, a piece of candy. A few seconds later, another fish feast would appear perfectly positioned next to that one. Miring would jump up, take a few steps, ooh, a piece of candy, and start eating the next feast. The second voice that had chimed in, Delama, had started laying down his own fish feast, plotting an independent route around the top of Icecrown Citadel, also saying ooh, a piece of candy, before sitting and eating as well. I stared in disbelief for a minute and a half to watch these military men sat doing this all the way around the top of ICC. I took a breath. And once I had a second to realise that the raid was probably not going to progress anymore, I put down my own feast and joined in. I've got to be honest, after hearing it for so many times and saying it myself, felt like some sort of relief. I started giggling to myself. I began taking my pick from the selection of feasts available. You would be surprised how long these feasts lasted when placed in the ground. We eventually had a line of them starting from the portal, coming out, running along the right side path of the circular room towards the gauntlet, down the gauntlet and into Velithria's room. Endless fish feasts as far as you could see. Some people began dropping toys, campfires to cook more feasts, and other gizmos and gadgets along the line of fish feasts. Guildies were stopping at random fish feasts and eating, only to pop up a few seconds later to eat another one a little bit further down. Ventrilo continued with random calls of, ooh, a piece of candy, and endless laughter. As raid leader, I realised that there would be no more raiding to be done, and Velithria would not be rescued this evening. I went over to Miring's house after work the next day and sat down with him at his computer, talking about the events of the night before and still laughing about it. I asked, dude, where even did you get all those pieces of feasts? He shrugged and said, I like fishing. He then opened his bags and showed me the impact of the fun. He still had 450 fish feasts in his bags. Miring said, yeah, I had about 800 or 900 of them when we started raiding, and I sold another couple of hundred of them yesterday. Being the friends that we were, I did what friends do. I slapped him on the backside of his head, called him a dumbass, and went and got a drink from his fridge. I sat down on his couch, looked at his wife and said, how did you marry him? To which she replied, I don't know. That's hot. To this day, even in progression in Castle Nathria, when people lay any type of feast down, I hear a small voice in the back of my head say, ooh, a piece of candy. Sometimes I state it out loud and chuckle to myself. Most times the comment is ignored. Every now and then I get an abbreviated version about how my friend wasted hundreds and hundreds of fish feasts during ICC progression for literally no reason, just because of, ooh, a piece of candy. Every single one of them. I hope this puts a little smile on your face, depending on what you've had in drama. Perfectly timed. I hope I have appropriately conveyed the joy of a random event on a night 10 years ago that still brings a smile to my face, and I wish every one of you a good raid night, and cheers to all. Thank you very much for your little story there. But that is a very expensive little joke, isn't it? That's a really expensive. You're doing it next raid tier. You didn't get it from me. All right? You didn't get it from me. You did not get it from me. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to bring us to the end of drama time for today. And Monday, as a reminder, Horror May does begin. Horror May. An entire month of fun horror games to jump into and have fun with. We will still, of course, have drama time and some extra streams going on. And, of course, YouTube will be all up to date with wonderful stuff for you to enjoy. All lots of content coming from me and the team. We all thank you, every single one of you, for your support, whether it's pledging something and getting your name in drama and supporting us that way, or just being here and watching, because, obviously, it doesn't work if nobody watches it. So thank you very, very much, all of you. Be good. Have a great weekend. I hope you do something cool. And I will see you again as soon as I possibly can. All right? Be awesome. Bye-bye. What if it'll play, Chris? What do you reckon? Yeah. Almost. Almost.